$300. That's it. In the world of high-end 3D printing, that's either a mid-range upgrade or a fancy glass of water. But in 2025, a company called Elegoo announced a 3D printer that they promised just for $300 would deliver everything. It was called the Centauri Carbon. It wasn't just a printer, it was a bamboo killer. It was supposed to be the machine that brought elite, lightning-fast manufacturing to the masses. The hype was universal. Every influencer, every reviewer, every corner of the internet said the same thing. Elegoo has won. But here's the thing about hype. It can also be a debt. And debts eventually come due. Fast forward 12 months, those same people that were excited about Elegoo weren't just disappointed, they were furious. How does a company go from an industry darling to the most hated in only a year? To understand that, we have to go past the marketing and look at the brains of the machine. While Elegoo was out there spreading lies, the truth lied in the source code. Today we're going to peel back the layers. We're going to talk about software theft, a hardware rug pull, and the exact moment that a corporate giant decided to trade its reputation for a quick $300. Let me show you. When you're trying to pull off a move like this, you need an alibi. And Elegoo's was pretty clever. They looked every reviewer in the eye and said, this isn't Klipper. This can't be Klipper. See, the open source software called Klipper that everybody loves needs something that the Elegoo Centauri Carbon does not have, a dual chip motherboard. The CC1 only has a single chip, meaning that in technical speak, it should be impossible for Klipper to be running on this machine. But here's the thing about the 3D printing community. They don't take your word for it. A group called Open Centauri wanted to build an open source software platform running for these machines. They started wiretapping the machines. They started using a tool called Wireshark to monitor the network traffic of the machines, and almost immediately, the proprietary software story started falling apart. They got the printer talking in its sleep, reporting back to an unreported unknown host called Chitu in China. Open Centauri followed the code, and they finally found the smoking gun. The CC1 was running Klipper. The exact software that Elegoo stated multiple times was impossible to run on their machine. As they continued digging, they found not only was it running Klipper, but it was running an old 2020 version of Klipper. The version on the CC1 included the bugs and all from that old version. Elegoo had taken a 2020 version of Klipper and mangled it into a proprietary software that could run on their cheap single chip boards. Now, Elegoo knew eventually people would start looking at the software and the hardware, so I think they got ahead of it. In the marketing, they touted this: a newly developed motherboard with a dual-core processor. In theory, a dual-core processor could be split to run the two chips necessary for Klipper. One core could be dedicated to the SOC, or the brains of the operation, and the other dedicated to MCU, the nervous system. It was a perfect semantic shield. It allowed them to keep telling the world, look, we have one chip, while secretly splitting that chip to serve the purpose of the two chips required for Klipper to run. It wasn't only an innovation, it was also a disguise. In the pursuit of higher profit margins, Elegoo had not just built a glitchy machine. They had taken open source code, stripped off the open source, labeled it as their own proprietary OS, and sold it to the masses as their own. They weren't cutting hardware or software corners any longer. They were also breaking international copyright laws. To understand why this is such a disaster, we really have to look at the legal glue holding everything together: the GPL license. What I have in front of me here is part of the GPL license to cover exactly what it means when you use the Klipper software. Section 6 here is the important part, basically stating that if you use Klipper code and you distribute it in a compiled form, you have to provide it in a human-readable format. This is not a suggestion. This is international copyright laws, and this is what Elegoo refused to do. But here's the thing. Elegoo didn't just lie about the code, they actively lied about it to influencers and the community at large. When the Open Centauri team asked for the source code, which is their legal right to do, Elegoo sidestepped and tried to bury the truth. They sent them automated emails such as trying to synchronize with R&D to get your answers. But eventually Elegoo stopped being polite. They sent a response in black and white. The firmware is closed source and will not be provided. They were officially claiming ownership of the code that they did not fully write. And this is where things get weird. Elegoo does not seem to have called a lawyer to assist with this. They were literally trying to build a protective wall around a legally protected open source project. And they were willing to silence their own customers to protect the illusion. But you can't silence an entire community. Eventually, it's going to reach a boiling point. Influencers were threatening a boycott, customers were raging online. And finally, on October 3rd, 2025, Elegoo broke. They published the code, but it turns out the truth did not fix the trust. It shattered it. The code validated every fear. The CC1 was running a 5-year-old version of Klipper, bugs and all. It wasn't just illegal, it was dangerous. In their desperate attempt to get to the market and protect the profit margin, they released a fire hazard. While the stolen software was a complete legal mess, this wasn't actually what broke the community. That came down to a promise. When the Centauri Carbon launched, it wasn't just sold as a printer, it was sold as an entire ecosystem. Elegoo's own website proudly boasted a multi-material, multicolor system coming along in Q3 2025. This was the primary reason they hit buy. The promise of a cheap, multicolor, multi-material Core XY printer. But Q3 of 2025 came and went. No product, no updates. In November 2025, Elegoo finally dropped a bombshell. They claimed the CC1, the machine they just sold you, had hardware limitations that prevented them from following through on their promise. They didn't just delay the multicolored system, they effectively canceled it. They left their early adopters stranded with a bamboo killer with a core missing feature. But here's the thing, while Elegoo was telling you that it was too difficult to bring multicolor printing to your machine, they were in fact already building a replacement. Meet the Centauri Carbon 2 Combo for $449 USD. It features the exact same multicolor system that was promised for the CC1, but instead forcing you a new machine, with no upgrade path available for the CC1. It appears that it wasn't that the technology didn't work, but that they in fact wanted you to purchase a new machine already. The community quickly connected the dots. It appears that Elegoo used their marketing to convince people to buy the CC1 as early adopters, while never fully intending to release what they promised. Instead, within half a year, they released the CC2 with the multicolor, multi-material printing setup, leaving the early adopters of the CC1 stranded with a device not meeting its promise. This did not feel like a development hiccup. This felt like a textbook calculated rug pull. So Elegoo knows they have a massive disaster on their hands. The community is on fire, the bamboo killer is a ghost, and the software is a legal minefield. To fix it, they released what they call an official update, offering what they call exclusive benefits. Users get a choice: a filament coupon, a discount on the new machine, or an extended warranty. On the surface, it looks like a standard corporate apology. But here's the thing, when you actually look at the fine print, these aren't apologies at all. Let me show you. Take option A, a $50 filament coupon. Sounds decent, right? But there's a catch. This code is a standard sale code. It cannot be combined with bulk discounts or other sales. One user on Reddit applied their $50 coupon to a bulk order and it only saved them $8.50. To get any real value, you're forced to buy restrictive, pre-built 10-pack bundles. It's a fuzzy math illusion designed to protect Elegoo's bottom line while pretending to offer a discount. To make the insult to injury even worse, option B is an $80 coupon to the new machine they just released with the feature they promised CC1 owners to begin with. Think of the sheer audacity of this. Elegoo's restitution for failing to deliver what they promised its customers is a coupon to purchase their new, more expensive printer. They are essentially saying, sorry we didn't deliver on our promise, please give us hundreds of dollars more. It's a textbook sales funnel designed as an apology. Finally, there's the extended warranty. It sounds nice, but in the fine text you realize it includes basically every expendable part. The things that actually break, and cost Elegoo virtually nothing. When you pull these so-called benefits together, you can get the message loud and clear. Elegoo wasn't offering fair restitution. To the early adopters who helped build this brand and buy their new machine, it felt like a slap to the face. Just as the community had entirely written off the CC1 as a dead-end, single-color machine, Elegoo hit the panic button. They realized they hadn't just fumbled a product launch, but they had alienated their core user base. What followed was a seemingly frantic, uncoordinated exercise in damage control. On Christmas Day, while everyone was busy opening presents, an Elegoo rep dropped what he called a Christmas surprise on Reddit. A video prototype of an MMU actually working on a CC1 device. A few weeks later, another video followed, explicitly claiming Elegoo did not stop development. But in the tech world, a video is not a product. It is a PR shield. Behind the scenes, the lawyers must have been busy. They went back and quietly updated their admissions of failure. By late January, the story changed from "we can't do this" to "we finished the hardware, we're just optimizing." It's a classic corporate pivot. If you change the blog post, did it actually ever happen? But here's the reality check. It's been over 3.5 months since that Christmas surprise that they dropped on us. And Elegoo is still in show and tell mode with nothing to show us. No price, no ship dates, no reviewer demos, and the hardware that was showcased, it looks mysteriously like the CC2 MMU slapped onto a CC1. Is this progress? Is this going to deliver what everybody has been waiting for? Or is this just a way to bait us along to stop people from asking for refunds? The saga of the Centauri Carbon is a masterclass on how to shatter consumer trust. They launched a bamboo killer built on stolen code, tried to force an upsell to the CC2 when their hardware failed, and are now frantically posting videos to Reddit in order to try to keep consumer trust. This whole thing reinforces a golden rule in consumer technology. Never purchase something based on promises alone. Only buy something for what it can do in the moment when you take it out of the box. Even if Elegoo eventually ships the multi-material, multicolor printer setup for the Centauri Carbon 1, the damage to Elegoo's name and the Centauri Carbon name is already done. Has Elegoo finally learned their lesson, or is this more smoke and mirrors to avoid legal trouble? I'm 3D print enthusiast. Thank you for watching.